So today we're talking about cherry eye, how to treat it, how to fix it at home, some of the things that you need to be mindful of. We have a female here that needs to be treated for it, so stay tuned. What's going on, Bully fam? It's your boy, the educator, the scientist, Mr. Double Muscle Line Bulls, bringing you another episode of Breeders Hacks. So today, we're dealing with a female here that's got some cherry eye. So for those that have never seen cherry eye before, it could look pretty gnarly. It could look pretty nasty. In all actuality, cherry eye is considered to be a highly curable condition. And if treated early enough, most of the time, you could treat it easily at home. Cherry eye is the third membrane, also known as the third eyelid, or called the nictitating membrane. So essentially what winds up happening is it gets inflamed. The third membrane, it usually gets inflamed. It usually pops out of orbit. So it pops out of the area where it's supposed to be and is sticking out, and it's visual, just like you can see now. There's like 4 ways that you can really kind of treat this. There's steroids. There's where a vet can make like a little incision. Basically, they'll use sutures and kind of put it back into orbit with sutures. And then the final, which is the most unrecommended one, is removing the gland altogether, because the gland actually helps with 30% of the moisture in the dog's eye. So if you remove that gland, what can wind up happening is your dogs can get dry eye. I've dealt with dry eye. You don't want to deal with it. The dogs get a film over their eyes. Never really seems to go away. Essentially, what we got some things here, what you're going to want to do is when you first see it, the key thing is the second you see the inflammation, the third membrane popping up, you want to try to massage it and push it back into place. So I'm going to show you some things real quick. We found hers. Honestly, I wish we would have got to it just a little bit sooner. But it's okay. I'm still going to show you guys what you can do to try to pop it back in place, and what you can do if it won't pop back into place. So let me show you right now real quick. So what we did in our little red solo cup is we put a little bit of castor oil. What I like about castor oil is it is an amazing lubricant, very thick. Some people, even humans, use it for their own dry eyes. So I actually use this for dry eyes as well. That's going to be a whole other episode. But what we want to use it for is to just lubricate the eye, put a little bit of lubrication on it. So I have a little 3cc syringe. So I'm going to go ahead and just take a little bit out of the castor oil. And as you can see, it's very thick. So we have our castor oil right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and put like a drop or two right on her eye. So it's gonna, there we go. See, look at that. I just put a little drop, and already it's probably feeling better for her. One more drop maybe. There you go. So we're gonna go ahead and put that to the side. So now what I'm gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna take her eye and close it, right? And you're gonna wanna massage it back into place. Take both eyelids, push down, and massage. Try to get it back into the corner here. All right, and hopefully it stays. If it doesn't, sometimes if you leave it for too long, it gets too inflamed. Just get some of the crust off. It won't go back into place. So right now we're trying to push it back into place, and let's see.
She looks like it's helping.
Yeah,
it's soothing her.
Yeah, definitely is. So you don't want to push too hard. You just want to massage it back into place. Let's see. And the castor oil is just going to work as, like I said, a very good lubricant for the eye, If you pop it back into place, it may never come back. There's a chance that it can come back, So it's one of those things that you just try to do that first. And I've had very successful scenarios where we popped it immediately back into place. And then other scenarios, you're not as successful. So then you have to move on to the other 3 options that there is. But like I said, we're going to just keep trying to massage this in the best way we can. So as you can see, it's popping back out. But right now I have pressure on it, and it's keeping it in the same area where it's supposed to be, but it's so inflamed it's just popping back out. But as you can see, you can put it back in place, and depending on how small it is or how severe it is, it may come back, it may not. So the best thing that you can do is throw some type of lubricating substance over the eye. You know, it could be from your vet. You could even use castor oil. That's what we use. And it'll keep it lubricated, because if you do nothing for the dry eye, it's only going to get more inflamed. It's only going to get bigger. And then at that point, it's going to be so hard to put it back into place. You might just have to go with the surgery. So with hers, it appears that hers keeps popping out. So what we're going to go ahead and do, and as you can see, you know, the castor oil definitely helped a lot with that inflammation. So what we're going to do is move on to now the next thing. Go ahead and use like a prednisone or a dexamethasone, and that works phenomenal with being an anti-inflammatory. So it's going to kill all that inflammation, and then hopefully we could get it really shrunken down and then pop it back into place, and hopefully it doesn't come out. If that doesn't work, then you have to go to either the sutures with a vet or removing the gland in its entirety. So hopefully, I mean, as you can see, it's gone down a lot. If you catch it early enough, you can massage it back into place and save yourself a lot of money and a lot of time. So anyway, guys, I hope this information was helpful. I hope it was useful. We'll keep you guys updated and show you guys after you know, we get her on a little bit of steroids and hopefully shrink it down, pop it back into place. So as you guys can see, we're in the dog room right now, right? So I just finished massaging it back in place. It's been 24 hours. We hit her with some dexamethasone, and as you can see, eyes looking better, looking pretty better. So we're gonna leave it, you know, see what happens, monitor it, and if it comes back, then it, you know, it may need the sutures or to be removed. But we hope, you know, when something like this happens, it hopefully stays like that. It doesn't come back out, you know. If you have any other further questions, you can reach out to us at breedershacks.com or the phone number down below in the description. And we'll see you guys on the next episode of Breeders Hacks.